Yo, what's going on, bros? I hope you guys are doing well today. Today's video is gonna be very different, bro. We're basically reading a big book just in my head. Alright, listen. I know this mic is shit, so I'm not gonna make this video long. It should not be more than 5 minutes. If it's more than 5 minutes, then there is something horribly wrong and you should click off now. Without further ado, let's get started. I'm sure you guys can see that title. What? So this took place about a year and a half ago. I was 17 at this time, turning 18. So it started off as a pretty normal day. We went to school. We got out of school. One of my friends, let's call this friend Jay, he decided to let me and my other friend know. Let's call this other friend Dawn. Hey, let's hang out at my house later on today after the heat cools down because it was stupid hot. If you guys know and live in California or anywhere in Nevada or Arizona, fuck the heat over here. But yeah, that was that. So later on, we went over to our friend's house. I met up with my other friend Dawn, and then we rode. Actually, rewind. Not really rewind, but I had a bird scooter. I'm not sure if you guys know what a bird scooter is. Teenagers, you might know what it is. Y'all know what an electric scooter is. I had one of those electric scooters. I bought them on eBay actually when I was working at the time. I was working at. It's not that important where I was working, but yeah, I had one of those scooters. So I don't know why, but me and Don came up with the brilliant decision. So Don had a skateboard and he had a rope. I'm sure you guys can know where this is going. So basically, we tie this rope around my waist, right? He has a backpack, and he ties the rope around his backpack, if that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I cannot do skateboards. Y'all gotta have real good balance. So, as we're riding all the way there, we go through the back streets, of course. As we're riding all the way there, nothing happens. Nothing bad happens. Everything is fine. We get there within 25 minutes, and it was a good day. It was a good time. We stayed there for a good 10 hours. Yeah, a good 10 hours. It was a long time, but it was a good long time. We stayed, we watched Netflix, we smoked a couple of joints, we just talked, we played a couple of games. I whooped his ass on Black Ops 3, bro. Man, Jay, if you're watching this, you know I whooped your ass, bro. Anyway, we fast forward to good times. It's time to go. It's about 1 o'clock in the morning. Longer than I expected to stay there, but it is what it was. I let my dad know I was staying later than I expected, and I was coming home at a certain time that he probably wouldn't expect. So we ended up doing the same thing. We tied the rope around my waist, and he tied the rope around his backpack, and he hanged on to the rope, and we rode for a good 5 minutes. And I have no idea what in my brain told me to do this, but there was a red light, and anybody with common sense would stop, especially when it's 1 o'clock in the fucking morning. But no, I decided not to, but I told him, and Don agreed. He agreed. Let's fucking do it, bro. So you know what? We did it. We get halfway across the street. Homie goes, "Oh shit." I look left. It's a fucking police cruiser, and that's the tires, but the tires go, and you hear him go, "What the fuck?" I'm like, oh no. Oh no. Now you already know, cuz gotta follow the protocol, so he turns his lights on, but there's no siren. He hops out the car, and he has a girl with him on the left side, but it's another police officer, but he has a girl on the passenger side. And they hop out the car, and they say, put your hands on the hood for me, you know. And so we keep our hands on the hood. Now about 30 seconds in this, a couple cars pull up, and a couple more police cruisers pull up, and the male proceeds to ask us. I don't know why I'm just saying male as if he's like an unorganized species, but the man proceeds to ask us, who are we, why are we, what are we doing, basically, and can I get any sort of identification? And then he explains that I am his little brother and he is my big brother, and you know, and I'm gonna be keep it a buck, but that's smooth, you know what, Don, that's smooth. Now about this time, he's checking his ID. He doesn't have mine yet. Me and Don are just talking. Now I'm just gonna slide this very important fact in there. Brody had a good amount of weed on him. Not only that, but he had some liquor in the backpack that he had on him. No, bro, I don't know what the fuck happened, bro. My grandmother, bro, my saints of heaven must have prayed for me that day, bro, because he didn't check shit. That nigga didn't check nothing. Now, legally, I think Don would have been going to the jailhouse. But me, I probably would have just gotten a call home. Hey, come get this little nigga, bro. Like, come take this nigga home, you know? So he goes on to tell us, please don't do this stupid rope, bird scooter, the skateboard thing again. And we proceed to walk. This is after everything's over. We proceed to walk a good mile. And we just say, fuck it. And we do it again. But this time, this is when we're in the back streets. We're not in the main streets anymore. We were in the main streets. We have to go through the back streets to get to the main streets, to go to the back streets to get to the homie's house, and the back streets to the main streets to the back streets to get back to the cribs. You feel me? Now, of course, we talk about it on the way home. The shit was crazy. We got off on a good foot, lucky foot, bless. You feel me? Cug gets home. I make sure Cug get home. He goes in the house. My house at the time wasn't too far away. It was only like a couple blocks away at the time. So I got home within only like 5 minutes within him getting home. So yeah, that was the end of that story. Actually, I met that officer again when he pulled me and my dad over. Actually, about like 7 months later, and he recognized me, and I was like, "Oh yeah, that is you. What's up, man?" He was like, "You still got that bird scooter?" I was like, "Yeah, I do, but it broke." And he actually giggled and laughed. Son of a bitch. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's story. I know this is the first episode and the first story I've ever done on this channel. I've actually done stories before on another channel. I'm not going to talk about it. I'm really not going to talk about it. This was over like 4 years ago, bro, so don't even think about it. I love you guys. I hope you guys are doing well. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you guys again soon. Have a good night, guys.